It's a US court, United States court, that has blocked Donald Trump's tariff and in a statement said that Donald Trump, as a president, exceeded his authority. US Trade Court blocked President Donald Trump's tariffs from going into effect, ruling that the president has overstepped his authority by imposing cross-border duties on imports on nations that sell more to United States of America than they buy. Now, this court, the Court of International Trade, has said the US Constitution gives Congress exclusive authority to regulate commerce with other countries, but it is not overridden by President's emergency powers to safeguard the US economy. Now, this is something that the entire world was very keenly looking at. Daniel, we did see one after the other. See, expect the unexpected. That is what a lot of people were looking at when Donald Trump became the president of the United States of America. They knew that there would be massive changes coming in. The tariffs, that's something that the world was very keenly looking at. And we also saw how the markets actually for a couple of days were shattered. With the kind of statements coming in, the US court has now blocked those tariffs that Donald Trump was imposing.
It has. And, Donald Trump has suffered plenty of legal setbacks over the course of his first and now especially second term in office. And he's floated the idea repeatedly of disregarding court orders. There's some evidence that perhaps he actually has when it comes to particular immigration cases. This, in some ways, may be his biggest defeat yet. The tariffs have been thus far perhaps the policy that, if he's not the most proud of, the one that has gotten the most global attention, the one that has had the biggest effect on both the United States and the global economy. We know Trump loves tariffs. He said that tariff is his favorite word in the English dictionary. And so he was very proud of this. And he was, I think, particularly attracted to tariffs because it was something that he could do unilaterally, or so he thought. But as the court noted, he's relied on emergency authority to issue all of these tariffs. He said that it's necessary to stop an invasion of fentanyl coming into the United States' borders. That it's also, he's categorized the U.S. trade deficit as an emergency that he needs to correct. And what this appeals court has said, uniformly, it was a uniform, unanimous decision. And one of the judges who ruled against the Trump administration was actually appointed by Trump himself. They've said that actually, no, the White House has gone beyond what it's allowed to do. And so I think this is significant, one, just because of the magnitude of the setback for the Trump administration, and two, because this is really going to give Americans and the world a sense of whether the president is going to respect the system of checks and balances that the United States Constitution has set up. Courts have the authority to do this. They have the authority to tell the U.S. president that they can't pursue a policy. And, this is a pretty big deal for Trump. Is he going to listen to the court? Or is this going to prompt an even bigger constitutional crisis than the one the United States is already in?
Right. Daniel, Geeta Mohana, Foreign Affairs Editor, also joining us on the broadcast. Geeta, with regards to tariff, and this is something which even the Indian administration was very keenly looking at, one of the courts said in its order very clearly that Donald Trump, as the president, exceeded his authority while he was imposing these tariffs.
Well, it does come as a breather for many countries, particularly India, where we have seen the Trump administration be rather harsh with India, whereas they have paid heed to or reduced tariffs when it comes to many other countries, including America's biggest bettor, China. Having said that, I agree with Daniel that this certainly is a court decision that spells exactly what the remit of the U.S. The Trump administration or a presidential administration really is, that there is a Congress and that taxes and tariffs for other countries cannot be used as punishment, but one that could hugely impact the U.S. economy. It certainly is impacting the U.S. economy, even as we're looking at Trump using tariffs as a way and means to arm twist countries into listening to what Trump really wants. So the Trump administration now will have to see that if they have any other option when it comes to going to the judiciary and looking at this case. But the court has been very, very clear that the president's office cannot use tariffs as leverage and that this is not permissible, that it has to go through the Congress. And the emergency powers of the president is to safeguard the U.S. economy, not to override the decisions of the Congress. So,
Right.
a very important decision that has come through, but one that we have to see how Trump really takes and what the Trump administration really does. For now, it's a very difficult and a tightrope walk for India when it comes to the tariff conversations with the United States of America. It's only getting more difficult by the day. So we're not looking at any relief, immediate relief for India, because the conversations are certainly going to remain tough when it comes to India-US, not just tariff talks, trade talks as well.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.